Billions and billions of dollars are being exchanged for one service every year. The law enforcement is scrambling to cease this business. More and more consumers are seeking out this service as the market continues to grow, and it doesn't show any signs of slowing down. Can you guess what industry this is? Prostitution. You've seen dramatic interpretations of prostitutes and Johns, or clients on TV, but I doubt you've ever seen the dangers and violence these women have to face every day. Prostitution is a last resort for many women who don't have enough income to support themselves or their families. As it stands right now, the industry is unchecked and unmonitored. I could never imagine the huge risk involved if, God forbid, my future children, my parents, or even myself was forced to participate in prostitution to live. Prostitution is a very unnecessary evil that could be safer with legalization and government-enforced restrictions. To show you the benefits of this change, we'll look at the economic benefits, decreased in violence, and improved health that result from the legalization of this activity. To start, let's look at the benefits of decriminalization prostitution from a strictly economic standpoint. According to Peter Moffat in his book Economics Uncut, the prostitution business is estimated to create revenue of $20 billion untaxed dollars worldwide. As it stands right now, this market is untaxed in an overwhelming majority. Most women who work on the streets pay their taxes to pimps that offer protection and employment. The U.S. government could implement a very small tax on the profits of consensual adults and fund thousands of projects to correct our failing infrastructure and social programs. Many of those tax dollars could benefit the sex workers that are operating today. The reason that many women resort to prostitution is that they can't get a job because of their past criminal record, or they're simply just trying to make ends meet. In an empirical analysis of street-level prostitution, the author cites that the money women can make prostituting versus their normal day job is almost 4 times greater, from a $7 payment an hour in a day job to a $27 an hour payment being a prostitute. With an increase in financial resources and a decriminalization of many of these women could fund their college, move out of their corrupt neighborhood, or support their children in a safer environment. In fact, with college tuition costs skyrocketing, many middle and lower class students are resorting to arrangements and escorting services to help fund their schooling. Wealthy established men serve as a sugar daddy for those girls in exchange for companionship. In fact, the website Seeking Arrangement, which connects wealthy men with their sugar babies, will even allow students to enjoy a premium membership for free if they use a .edu email when registering. With so much opportunity for financial advancement, and no sign of prosecuting stopping any participants in the near future, why should we keep withholding this choice from free-willing adults? Now, to look at this topic from a purely financial standpoint doesn't take into account the actual safety and well-being of all members involved. Let's look at how the legalizing prostitution would decrease violence and ensure a better condition for the women involved. Now, a study done by Dr. Howard Barkin, a professor at Berkeley College, has shown that over 82% of women participating in the sex industry business have been physically assaulted during their work. With little to no supervision and protection, these women are sitting ducks to be easily abused and battered. If law enforcement were to monitor the activity of abusers and violent individuals, instead of women who are participating in consensual activities, all parties would be safer and our resources would be better allocated. As practiced now, prostitutes typically venture on the streets alone, with no company and nobody knowing their whereabouts. If clients were to come to a location with many women and a business address, less horrible activities like kidnapping or rape may result, as the co-workers have strength in numbers and are able to call law enforcement if necessary. With foreign brothels already practicing legal prostitution, Barbara Brentz of the University of Nevada points out that established businesses will typically be more law-abiding so officers can back them up. This is a direct quote from her paper. Brothel owners have a clear interest in maintaining their image as law-abiding, trouble-free businesses to keep their license and maintain a good relation with their community. The owners we interviewed ensure this by making it a policy to call the police at the slightest hint of trouble to send a message that they don't tolerate bad behavior. The whole name of the game is control, but that control also makes us get along pretty well with the sheriff's office, one owner told the researchers. There are two reasons for doing it. One, the sheriff's office, but also the girl's personal safety. Legalizing the activity will allow all Americans to be safer. Finally, let's examine the healthier society that could result from a legalization of prostitution. With no rules forcing contraception on participating parties, many prostitutes and clients are vulnerable to contracting life-threatening STDs. In fact, a study done by the Urban Justice Center found that condoms found on women while they were arrested could be used against them in their criminal case. With the risk of having more evidence thrown against you, many women and men will forego contraception and contract a disease. With government enforcement, legal prostitution businesses could ensure that protection is a requirement for both parties. In fact, monthly testing for common STDs is required at monitored brothels in Nevada properties. This state-mandated rule keeps all community members healthier. Prostitution is a victimless crime that has no benefit from persistent prostitution. Today, in this modern world, legalization of prostitution would be safer and better for all Americans. Let's make what happens behind closed doors more open and safe.